Kelly, this is Marie's Kitchen and welcome. I am here in Richfield, Idaho with Zachary, who owns Ironwood Mycology Farm. And go ahead, Zachary, can you explain to us, how do you go from that to this?
Yes, so this is liquid culture. I get this in a syringe from my supplier, and it's basically the living root of the mushroom suspended in sugar water. From here, I expand it into grain, which we'll see, and over a couple weeks, we can get these beautiful pink oysters out of them.
Those are gorgeous.
And a lot of other varieties as well. So
we're gonna explain how you go from this little starter. We can say it's like a sourdough starter.
Exactly.
So it goes from there to a jar.
Yep.
And you're going to explain to us how you do that.
Absolutely. All right, so here we have our liquid culture, which we said was the living mycelium of the mushroom suspended in sugar water. We'll take this after it's expanded through the jar and we'll put it in a syringe and we'll inject it into a sterilized jar of whole oats. The whole oats have been sterilized in a pressure cooker and hydrated beforehand, and you can see the mycelium of the mushroom taking over and colonizing the entire oats jar. So this jar is just about ready to transfer up to our next step, which is a bigger bag of oats that I'll use to colonize the rest of the blocks. And you can see that once it's colonized the oats, it's a very dense, strong mycelium structure, and the mycelium is basically impenetrable at this point. After we get to that point, we mix up the grain and we mix it up into our sterilized sawdust bags, which are made with sawdust pellets for your smoker and some vitamin supplements that we use. And so you can see the mycelium taking over and colonizing the block, and this block is just about ready to put in our fruiting chamber, which we'll get to next.
All right, Zachary, this is the
fruiting room is what I call it.
No kidding. Yep. Look at those. They're gorgeous. Yes. So we went from few weeks over there to here.
Yep.
Now,
it just takes a couple weeks of incubating in the lab. And then once they've totally colonized the blocks, we put them in our fruiting chamber here, which is climate controlled. We have humidity control. We have CO2 control to give the mushrooms the environment that they thrive in. So we just have a small selection here right now. It's pretty sporadic as far as timing, but we have a whole bunch of lion's mane coming out. It'll be ready to harvest in a few days. It's been a big hit. There's a lot of medicinal benefits to lion's mane, but it also tastes amazing. We have a bunch of oyster varieties on this shelf. We have some blue oysters up here, some aspen oysters, and then a really big hit locally has been the pink oysters down here.
Unbelievable. This is the miracle of life. It's life repeating itself, right?
And it's amazing how fast it happens and how quickly it happens.
Absolutely amazing.
These mushrooms grow so quick that we go and work for a couple hours and come back and we can see it just in a couple hours, their growth.
Unbelievable.
This one here is a really special one. It's called reishi, and that's the first block we've done. Yeah. It's a traditional Chinese medicinal mushroom that they use in soups and broths when people are feeling sick. And so we're doing a whole bunch of medicinal types as well as gourmet varieties.
And this one has a very specific color. It's just unbelievable what you can create with those little bags.
Yeah.
And then I see cross here. And it's because you already did 2 harvests?
Yep. Wow. So each one of these blocks, they start off at about 6.5 pounds. And then throughout their life, we can expect about 3 flushes of mushrooms from them, each at about a pound of mushrooms. So these blocks put out a lot, and right now we're at about 20 pounds a week.
Yeah, I was ready to ask you, so how many pounds a week do you have?
About 20 to 25 right now. But
between all the varieties?
Yeah, all the varieties, and this is just a small slice of the varieties that we're doing. There's tons more. So we're really working hard to spool up to 50 and even 100 pounds a week very soon. Oh,
wow, this is amazing. Zachary, thank you so much for showing us your little secret room there. Now, you have 5 different ones here, and I know you know all the names. This one, for me, looks like a cauliflower, but it's
a lion's mane mushroom. It's just in a very early stage.
And this one?
Pink oysters.
Beautiful.
Blue oysters.
This one looks...
aspen oysters, which actually grow native here.
You told me that. Amazing. And this
then
one is
reishi.
very impressive.
Thank you.
But okay, now I see all those different kind. We see the labor, the passion you have. How did you come up with that idea?
Well, it just all started, me falling in love with wild mushrooms. I grew up here in Richfield, but I went to school at Arizona State to get my degree in aerospace engineering, where I met my wife, Lahela. And then we moved out to Massachusetts for work for about 4 years. And I was living in the northern part of Massachusetts, basically in the forest, and I was finding wild mushrooms of every single variety almost every single day that I went walking with my dog. And by the time that we moved back, I was probably harvesting 50 to 100 pounds of wild edible mushrooms a year that were just so much more beautiful and tasty than any portobello you could ever buy in the store. So I fell in love with the wild variety, came out here and was picking a lot of wild mushrooms and just kind of tossing around the idea, thinking about how I could do this for probably 3 years. And this building came up for sale, this old church, and we bought it and started making it happen. So
and you made it happen for sure.
And I do have to thank a lot of supporters. I've had like a lot of help from my family and my dad, my wife, my brothers, and then the Sun Valley Institute for Resilience.
Yes.
They helped a lot getting me started back in February, and we're at full bore now, trying to produce as many mushrooms as possible. So.
Yeah, and thank to them. They give you the seed money to really start. And your wife was very supportive of that.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And she has to put up with everything. And,
yeah, I talked to her a little bit. But she is, you can tell you are a good team.
Absolutely.
Because she's a teacher, but she's also helping you.
Yep. She helps a lot with marketing and Facebook. And yeah, just to keeping the place running. It's a big building. There's a lot of things going on here. So
and you started just a few months ago.
February, yeah.
Unbelievable. Well, thank you so much, Zachary.
You.
Now I'm waiting for you in my kitchen.
Absolutely.
And you're gonna surprise me with a recipe, and we don't know which kind of mushroom, maybe all of them.
Yeah, we'll get everything that we can.
Because there's so many of them.
Exactly.
Well,
so,
thank you so much, Zachary. I appreciate it. See you in my kitchen in a bit.
Absolutely.
We'll be right back.
To raise great fish, you need clean water. We raise our locally grown rainbow trout and steelhead in Idaho spring water that starts right here in the Sawtooth Mountains. Filtered for 75 years through volcanic rock, the water emerges here in Idaho's Magic Valley at the perfect temperature for raising rainbow trout and steelhead. We are privileged to be here and feel compelled to take care of this incredible resource. We raise our fish responsibly to ensure you get the highest quality and freshest fish, locally grown, right here in Idaho. You can find riverence trout at your local Atkinson store here in the Wood River Valley. It's milder and quicker to cook than salmon, and kids love it. You want the best for your family. Get all the health benefits from eating seafood by eating locally grown riverence trout. Clean water, great fish.
Greetings, Ironton Valley. This is Marie and Zachary Wood, and we just had the tour of your Ironwood farm, the mushroom located in Richfield, and now you're going to cook for us.
Yes.
And what are we making?
Tonight, Marie, we are going to make lion's mane crab cakes using these beautiful lion's mane specimens here. We have about a pound of lion's mane here.
Okay.
This mushroom is called, its scientific name is Hericium arenaceus, and not only does it taste amazing, but it has a lot of health benefits for your brain and your body.
Yeah, I read that. I did. It's amazing what a little mushroom can do for your body.
Right.
And I know some viewers are going to say, what are those mushrooms? Because I just want them on the island because they look so beautiful and they're colorful. But what are the names of those two?
So these ones are some other varieties we grow. This one is called pink oyster, and this one is golden oyster.
Nice.
They're some of the most beautiful varieties that I'm able to grow, and people just love them. And they taste great as well. But we will be focusing on the lion's mane today. Yes.
Go ahead, Zachary. What can I do to help with your recipe?
So I'm going to start by just chopping and tearing up all of this lion's mane right here.
All right.
So if you want to dice that onion up pretty pretty fine, that would be a good place to start. While
I can do
kind
that.
of start with this thing.
All right.
One thing for the viewers to note is that generally I keep it pretty clean, but sometimes there are just little bits of the substrate that from where the mushroom grew that you might want to, cut off.
Up a little bit.
So we'll do that as I kind of go through it here.
Okay.
But just so people are aware.
All right, so I'm dicing onions, and this is a regular yellow onion, but the recipe call also for sweet onion.
They do, but
it doesn't
matter too much. It's really personal preference,
Yeah.
and these yellow onions are obviously easier to find and generally.
Okay, so and I'm gonna show you how I dice, and you let me know if you want finer than that. I can chop after I'm done with this. This is a big onion, maybe I should do 3/4.
I usually like to get it diced pretty finely.
Fine, okay.
That way you kind of are really getting a lot of the texture of the lion's mane instead of the onions,
yeah,
right?
Makes sense, absolutely.
So yeah, I'm just chopping these up. And it's generally easier to clean them up after you chop them a little bit.
Oh,
See,
yeah,
I'm just cutting this little piece off here, and then I can kind of just toss that little bit of substrate off.
Okay.
You just do that for all of them.
Yeah, we had a really nice tour of the farm, and I was very excited to show up in the kitchen and do something.
So then after I've cut them up into pieces, I'm kind of just shredding them by hand into smaller pieces here. And you can see that lion's mane has like a stringy,
very
meaty,
nice,
kind of almost crab-like texture when you go to tear it apart.
That's why you called it.
That's why we're doing crab cakes.
Crab cakes.
They are native to North America. They're mostly native to the whole northern hemisphere of the world, really. So they grow in Europe, they grow in Asia, and they grow here in North America. And not so much in Idaho. I haven't found any in Idaho yet, but a lot of people find these in California, and Portland, or in Oregon, and Washington as well. So I think we're just gonna go ahead and kind of take these into our mixing bowl here.
Okay.
Any big spots again that we just see?
I can do that too.
Yeah. Just make sure.
Yeah, there it is. Nice. And I don't know if you want all the onion or.
All right.
That
so
looks
this
good.
is looking pretty good here, right?
It does actually. I'm very. Wow.
Oh, that's my goal, is just to introduce people to these new mushrooms that we don't get to see a lot out here. All right, so we've got our lion's mane in here.
Yes.
And now we can simply start adding ingredients. This recipe, there's several versions of it online, and it's really easy to find. If you Google lion's mane crab cakes, no problem at all. And so we will start
with the onions,
tossing things in, and we'll just start mixing things up.
So this is 3/4 of an onion because it was so big.
It was a big onion, right?
We don't want too much. I want the taste of the
And like I said, this
mushroom.
is about a pound of lion's mane, and we're hoping to get probably 5 to 7 crab cake patties out of it. So this is a meal for several people if we.
Yeah, it's amazing. So and then we going with the mayo, the egg. What do you want? It doesn't matter.
It doesn't really matter. Yeah. So let's just go with the egg.
I'm gonna get
it in there first.
Yep.
Nice.
You want it in?
Yep.
You got it.
There's our egg.
Okay. Pretty.
And then let's just do a pretty big dollop of mayonnaise. The mayonnaise you kind of just want to start small.
Yeah.
And as
then
you mix things in, like you'll get to the right consistency, right?
Okay.
There's the Dijon mustard.
Yep. And
Same thing, just another dollop or so.
That's strong, so we're gonna start with this, and then maybe we'll go more. The parsley.
Yep. Let's do parsley.
Okay. That was about 1/4 of love parsley.
And then our Worcestershire sauce, of course. And it's kind of hard to measure with this one, but I usually just give us a
nice little spray.
Spritz. And now let's just mix this up to kind of see.
You know what, Zachary? I'm gonna take this out of your way so you have more room for.
So we'll just kind of mix this up and see how our consistency is looking right now.
Okay, then just tell me if you want me to add more of mayo or mustard. Wow, that looks, it's amazing. I don't know how people come up with those recipes, but they do.
We're always looking for more too.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's been interesting. A lot of chefs will sometimes ask me what to do with the mushrooms. And I'm barely a cook. I'm a farmer, right? Okay. So let's do a little more mayonnaise probably.
Okay, I think so.
Yep.
Maybe this. You got it.
Okay, so we have this stuff mixed up pretty good.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and just kind of toss in our seasonings.
Okay.
Normally I'd normally use
The Old Bay,
but
yeah.
we unfortunately don't have
I
any
didn't
today.
have it. I thought I did, but I did not. So
We're
my
making
bad.
our own Old Bay, right?
Okay.
So we have our cayenne pepper.
All right.
We'll just do a little bit of that because it's obviously spicy.
It is.
And then quite a bit of red pepper and black pepper.
Okay, black pepper. Okay. I like spice, so. Woo.
I like things spicy
Me
myself.
too. Spike it up.
Here's some
Spice
black
it up.
pepper.
Yep. This is the Italian.
Yep. And then also
Paprika.
Smoked paprika. And then Italian, yes.
Yep, go ahead.
All right.
Zachary. And then we're gonna mix the
Mix
game.
some more.
Yep. And then we'll put the panko.
Yep, and what we're looking for with the panko is that the panko will kind of hold everything
Yeah,
together, right?
yeah.
It kind of acts like the
It will,
glue, because as you
yeah.
can see right now, this isn't gonna make really great patties, but we put a lot of panko in there, it soaks up the mayonnaise, the egg, and everything.
The liquid,
And
yeah.
it'll kind of make a mush that'll hold everything together nicely.
Makes sense. Panko?
So yeah, let's add panko.
You tell me when you want me to stop.
So we'll start with just keep going,
Keep going.
right
keep
there.
going. Right there.
And this is the same kind of thing with the mayonnaise, right? We just kind of want to add it in slowly and kind of see what kind of consistency that we're getting with it and just kind of playing with it.
And what are you looking for, Zachary? Something less wet.
Yes, just because we want it to stick together, right? Because that's one of the hardest things about cooking these is you don't want it to fall apart on yourself
Okay.
while you're cooking. And so the panko, they make sure that it holds together and it gives you that crisp at the end once you've fried everything. There we go. Now we're getting to where we
Yeah.
can see now how it's really starting to hold together nicely.
Yes. Yes.
So I think we're gonna do just a little more panko,
Yeah.
but we're close, right?
Yeah.
We're close.
I heard it. I know what you're looking for now. I know exactly what you're looking for. And we can find those mushrooms in the valley.
Yes, I am delivering to several restaurants in the Wood River Valley and is including a couple health food stores. Most recently, I dropped off about 5 pounds at Nourish Me
Oh, great.
on Main Street in
Okay,
Ketchum
great.
there.
So the viewer knows that
Yep.
they can find it.
And it was just a couple days ago, so they might still
Okay.
have some. Just want to grab a handful and
Yep,
just
I don't hear it.
make
All right.
basically
and of
like
course
a hamburger.
You wash your hands.
Yep, wash your hands. You're gonna
Very-
get dirty, right? Using your hands to do this, and you just want to form it as best as you can.
Okay.
Into what amounts to a little hamburger patty, and
Yeah.
they are a little tough
Oh, you're
to get
more
sometimes.
generous than me.
Yeah.
I'm doing small ones. Okay, maybe I'll put it just because you do it.
Like I said, this is going to be a good meal for a few people. Lion's mane tends to go quite a long ways.
So this is what you're looking for?
Yeah, pretty close. I tend to flatten it out maybe a little bit.
Okay,
but
we're
yeah.
gonna make
I've
maybe.
got- yeah,
yours
see?
looks way much better. You're an expert.
I do a lot of cheeseburgers. This is where
Do you put, when you do burger, do you put some of your mushroom?
Oh,
Not
yeah.
necessarily the lion, but.
Yep, we do it all the time actually.
Yeah.
Just last night
bet.
actually, we did deer cheeseburgers with chestnut mushrooms
Oh, wow.
actually, and it
Yeah.
turned out quite nice. But yeah,
All
just
right.
make our little patties here. They aren't going to be pretty right now because they're, but they will crispen and brown
Oh, no,
right
no,
up.
no. I can tell those gonna be really, really nice. Okay, I think we're gonna cook those.
Okay.
Then we can take care of this. That looks really good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6 of them. Okay, I'll give you one, Zachary, no problem. So now that we have our patties, we're gonna cook them, and we will be right back for that.
Yep.
Are you looking for a new good place to go to catch up with friends or family? Well, look no more. There's a festive, friendly place where the atmosphere is good service and good food. Introducing the La Cab Sports Bar. Cozy inside, delicious food, and a wide selection of drinks. This sports bar has everything, with classic bar grub, like really good fish and chips and onion rings, chicken pesto sandwiches, buffalo chicken sandwiches, salads, wings, build your own burgers, and macho nachos and more. La Cab Sports Bar, where friends gather and food is fun. A good little getaway. See you soon. La Cab, Main Street in Haley.
All right, Zachary, let's cooking.
All right, so we've got our pan heating up here.
Okay.
And we were just gonna use some vegetable oil. Like I said, any oil is okay, whether it's olive or vegetable or even coconut oil some people have used. We want the oil to be hot, so we're gonna let it warm up just a little bit, just until it's almost smoky. We want it, when we toss them in there, we want it to immediately start sizzling, right?
Okay.
Mushrooms, we don't have to worry about, cooking meat all the way through or anything, right? But mushrooms cell walls are made with chitin, and the heat of cooking breaks down chitin and makes it easier to digest for people. That's why some people can't eat mushrooms raw. Some people can, but in general, it's recommended that you cook them, break down the chitin so that you can digest everything okay. And like I said, this will just take a couple minutes on each side, and we just want to get them crispy and brown. All right, so we're getting nice and
there.
warm here, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and put a few of these in, and we'll get to cooking.
And you wanted to keep medium low, because that's where...
Yeah, about medium low. I haven't used this particular stove before.
Well, I know,
so, yeah.
Every stove are different, so if you want medium, you can go a little bit higher. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, they're starting to sizzle here.
Yeah, I love that song. They're singing. That's always what I say. Oh, they're singing.
And so obviously we're doing these a little bit different, but when I'm cooking things like the pinks or the goldens or other oyster mushrooms, and I'm doing them on their own for an addition into like a dish.
Right, the side dish.
With the very fresh mushrooms that I grow, it's better to actually give them a dry fry in the pan for a few minutes and let the water evaporate out of them, and kind of until they stop screaming in the pan. And then you add your oils and your spices and everything. Otherwise, the mushrooms can get a little slimy, and I like them more on the crispy side than the slimy side, right? But these ones we just toss right into the oil because we got those panko breadcrumbs and everything, and it's just gonna hold it all together and get nice and crispy here.
Yeah. So you're gonna keep them for at least 2 minutes on each side.
2 to 3 minutes.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing is you're looking for is just the browning of the panko crumbs.
Nice golden brown. And now when we talk about price, Zachary, how much, let's say, the lion mushroom goes for?
Generally at market, the lion's mane goes for about $30 a pound.
But a pound
like
goes
I said,
a long way.
A pound is a lot. We got more than 6 patties out of this one, and we still have some left over.
Have some,
and so it really is a meal if you do it this way, which I think works out for people pretty well.
You can have a green salad with that, and it's perfect. Wow.
All right, I think we're gonna flip these other ones now. Ooh, if I can.
Yeah, I think you can use your, there you go. You got it.
There you go.
Yeah, I see that beautiful
There we go, golden brown.
Yes, indeed.
Panko's holding everything together.
Yes. Oh, it looks good.
Very good.
Oh, I cannot wait.
But yeah, so you have to be careful because sometimes they do want to.
Yeah, you don't want to burn yourself.
And you don't want to make a splash of oil when you flip them over, right?
I can see why.
Come on.
They look really nice.
Oh yeah. Perfect.
Wow. Oh, that looks so good, Zachary.
Yes, it does. And it's no big deal if one a little piece falls off. It's bound to happen.
Of course.
But some people, when they make these, they actually go all out and use the forms where where they press into a form and then make the patty really, really tight. But we just used our hands and it works.
I think I'm with you on that. I like uneven. it looks even more delicious.
Well, we want to hit about 100 pounds a week is our really big goal.
Is that a goal that you can reach within a few months or maybe a year?
I'm hoping within the next 3 or 4 months, yes.
Really?
There's a lot kind of logistics that we're working with right now, as demand has been very high actually. And so we're really trying to spool up hard and just keep everybody happy. But now that we're working and trying to get past this 25, 30 pounds a week, we've got to change some things around and kind of recalibrate a little bit. But yes, we're hoping to definitely be at 100 pounds a week by about the end of the year is what I'm hoping.
Congratulations, you have a nice...
And then at that point, it can be my full-time job, and I am just the mushroom man after that.
And then you can be happy as you can be with your mushroom. I know that you are very passionate about your mushroom, and that's a good thing.
All right, so they're looking pretty good, nice and crispy. So
very
I'm
much
just gonna let them drain a little bit and pull them off.
That's great. Then we can turn off the heat. Oh, that little piece wants to go. Yep, there you go.
And there will be a couple little pieces
don't worry.
that might fall off.
It's not waste. I'll take care of it. All right, let's go for the tasting now, Zachary. My favorite part.
We make the deals and give you the service. Only Will's Toyota can. Our prices and selection will give you a thrill when others won't. Will's will. Where there's Will's, there's a way. Will's Toyota will make your day. You'll love the people, you'll love the price. Will's Toyota treats you right.
Okay, Zachary, my favorite part of the show. Let's have a crab cake.
All right.
I'll take one.
I'm excited.
All right, and I put a little bit of, not tartare, but
Fry sauce,
the fry
right,
sauce.
yes.
Yeah, because I had some. Oops, I'm gonna have this
grab a
one
little
too.
bite, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go first with, oh, it's so good.
I'm gonna do a little spritz of lemon here.
Oh
on
yeah,
mine.
me too. Me too, good idea. Oh my God, it's so good. Oh my gosh, this is so good.
All right.
It really is good.
Thank you.
Zachary.
I
You
appreciate
did
that.
fabulous. Absolutely delicious. Oh my gosh. That is really good.
There's that little crunch there.
Oh,
There's
no,
you
no.
taste the mushroom, you taste
Yes,
the seasoning.
consistent- yeah, it's perfect balance.
It's like crab in your mouth, right?
Yes,
like,
it is. Absolutely. I think it's even better than crab cake. In my
yeah,
book.
actually, I agree because I'm not a big crab guy myself,
either.
but like this is just.
This I can eat.
Yeah.
And I like the chili. Oh my gosh, it's perfect balance.
I'm really glad you like it.
Well, thank you so very much, Zachary, to have us in your farm, in my kitchen. Please thank a farmer. I want to be very emphasizing on that because we keep forgetting sometimes that what we have in front of us when we eat come from somewhere.
Absolutely.
And we have to thank the farmers for that. Well, thank you so much for being in my kitchen. Please, cooking is love for me. Everybody knows that now. And please share a meal with friends and family. Take care of each other. And until next time, au revoir. Au revoir, Zachary.
Thank you, Marie.